guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm doing another Brian Plays, and it's Enduro for the Atari 2600. This is another Activision classic. Well, Activision has a ton of classics. Most people, like, when you talk about great Atari games, they're going to start naming off a lot of the Activision titles. And this is definitely one that does fit up there in some of the top spots, especially if you're into racing games. Yeah, there's pole position. And I talked about pole position when I did my comparison video of pole position on the Atari versus pole position on the Intellivision. And the one game that I kept trying to think about while I was playing the Intellivision version was this one. And I couldn't get the name in my head. And I was like, there's another game that this kind of reminds me of. And that's what it is. Now, I'm going to definitely say that I think this one's a heck of a lot better than what I was playing on the Intellivision, as far as, if I were to compare those two games. But anyways, let's get to playing some Enduro on the Atari 2600. Okay, so I got the game going. Yeah, so this is, it's a nice, it doesn't have really much of a title screen. I think quite a few of the Activision games kind of start off like this, where they just show you how the game is being played, and they have the little Activision symbol down at the bottom doing this little rotating thing. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, it's still, that's okay. Considering that some Atari games don't have any start screens at all. The thing I like about this game is that it's, it's not too complicated to play at, actually. Well, I mean, to master it, it's pretty hard, but I mean, to understand the controls, you just literally use the fire button. Now, with pole position, you obviously have to toggle between the high and low gears, and if you make a mistake, if you forget to put it into high gear, for instance, you're not going to get very far. And if you crash, if you don't switch it back to low, you're going to have a hard time. This game doesn't do that. But the thing I like about this game too is the graphics itself, the changing in the environment, and we'll get to that soon, because you actually score by passing each car. Oh, you see, I'm in the winter time now. And I like that. That was what I liked about this game. When I first played it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Pole position doesn't do that. It's just literally the track that you're on, and that's it. That you're going around in circles, essentially. This one, you're actually driving through all these different seasons and different, weather conditions, and, based on where it is, it could be a little bit more challenging. And you can see I'm just kind of like leaving the fire button to press down. I'm not even, braking, which I probably should be braking. Pretty much to brake, you just take your thumb off the button, and the car will slow down a bit. I mean, the sound is great. I like the sound of it too. Oh, it just gets really intense. This game, it's really fast. But you do notice too that there's no explosions. That's another big difference there. The pole position games, whenever you crash, you get a nice fiery explosion. This game, you just kind of bump, almost like bump and jump in a sense. Spy Hunter, where you just kind of bounce against it. So as you can see, now we're in the nighttime. So you can only see the brake lights pretty much of the cars, or the backlighting of the cars. Oh, I don't know if that really makes it that much tougher. I mean, you could obviously still see it from a distance. It's not like it only shows up when you're nearing the car. Now this is the hard one, because the track literally has just disappeared. We're in foggy something. You can't see anything, literally. You just see the side of the road. Oh. But it's tricky. It's a tricky game because you don't have a lot of track there to really react when you're going that fast to not hit a car. Oh, back to nighttime. Oh. Oh. Come on, you can do it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah. Alright. So I passed enough cars. Oh, we're just gonna keep going. I think it just went back to the beginning. Another thing that this kind of is missing is, you know, anything on the road like puddles or any other distractions, or there's no road signs. Obviously, you can't really go off the road on this game. As you can see, I'm kind of bouncing against it as if it's like a wall. You know, that's another thing that does make it different than pole position as well. Because in pole position, you would actually, if I went to the side, yeah, I'd, you know, explode. I'm gonna try and do a little bit of braking. Oh, I was doing a good run there. Back to the snow. Ah! Come on. Imagine racing a car like this in winter conditions like that. You must have some pretty, you know, pretty good winter tires on this thing. Else you'd just go flying right off the road. Ah! Come on, you can do it. 230 cars to pass. I know. This also kind of reminds me of those little mini racing games you would see in the stores. Those little pocket handheld LCD things that were really cheap. I used to see them all the time, actually. They had like racing games like this, and they had tennis and, you know, the odd just generic games. Oh no. Come on. 182 cars to pass. Whoa, that road just went crazy. Now, what I was saying about the Intellivision pole position, and the reason why I was kind of comparing it to this one, is kind of the look and feel of it. You know, the way the car looks, the way the road looked, it really did feel like it, but it definitely didn't play like it. This one plays really nice, plays really smooth. Oh no. Let's see if I can... This one's always the tough one, because you don't see the cars until they're right literally in front of you. I mean, I could slow down a bit and take my time. Oh no. Countdowns are happening. Try and do the best I can here. This also kind of gives you a feeling of kind of like Kaboom in a sense, where you got to really be reactive and just move out of the way, just dodging. Obviously in Kaboom, you want to catch. Oh, it's over. That's a pretty neat end screen too. Makes a nice little sound there. Anyways, yeah, that was me playing Enduro on the Atari 2600. Really nice racing game. I mean, if you just want a simple, fun racing game, this is the one. I mean, because, you know, pole position's fun too. The only thing is, obviously, the difference in the track designs. I just like how you get this differences of the board. You get the, you know, the fog, which adds a little bit of a challenge to it. You get the snow, you get the dark, and, you know, just having that little bit of extra is what I've always liked about this game, and the really nice, like, detail in the background and stuff. But anyways, yeah, and let me know what you think of this game, and what's your favorite racing games on the Atari. I mean, there's a few, there's not a whole lot, like, there's Grand Prix as well. which is a completely different style of racing game. And obviously, like I've said, pole position. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Throw some comments down below. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.